Welcome to our channel. Today we take you on an epic journey through the life of a man who changed history forever. Alexander the Great. From a young prince to the most feared conqueror of his time, his story is filled with battles, ambition, and mystery. Stay till the end to discover shocking facts about him that you probably never knew. Let's dive in. Imagine a boy just 10 years old standing before a wild, untamed horse. The animal rears up, refusing to be ridden by anyone. But instead of fear, the boy watches carefully, realizing the horse is afraid of its own shadow. Slowly, he turns it toward the sun so the shadow disappears, and in moments, the beast calms. The boy climbs onto its back, and the two ride off together. That boy was Alexander, and the horse, Bucephalus, would carry him into some of the greatest battles in history. From the moment he was born in 356 BC in the Kingdom of Macedonia, Alexander was destined for greatness. His father, King Philip II, was a military genius, and his mother, Olympias, told him he was descended from Zeus himself. But what truly shaped him was his education under Aristotle, the legendary philosopher. While most boys his age played in the fields, Alexander was studying philosophy, strategy, and the art of war. But books weren't enough for him. He wanted action, and he got it sooner than anyone expected. At just 20 years old, Alexander became king after his father's assassination. His kingdom was unstable, and many thought he was too young to rule. But Alexander had only one response to doubters: war. He crushed rebellions in Greece and set his sights on a much bigger prize: Persia, the greatest empire of the time. The Persian king, Darius III, underestimated the young Macedonian. But Alexander was no ordinary warrior. He was a master strategist. His first major test came at the Battle of the Granicus River. Facing an army that outnumbered him, Alexander didn't hesitate. He personally led the charge across the river, cutting through enemy lines. His boldness shocked the Persians, and by the end of the battle he had secured his first major victory. But he wasn't done. His next move? The Battle of Issus. Here Alexander faced Darius III himself. The Persian king brought 600,000 soldiers, outnumbering Alexander's army 5-1. The battle was fierce, but Alexander had one goal: to break the enemy's spirit. He charged straight for Darius, causing the Persian king to panic and flee. With their leader gone, the Persians collapsed. Alexander had just done the impossible. With each victory, his legend grew. He marched into Egypt, where he was welcomed as a god, and founded the city of Alexandria, one of over 20 cities he built in his name. But the biggest challenge was yet to come: the Battle of Gaugamela, one of the most important battles in world history. Darius III, desperate to stop Alexander, gathered 1,000,000 soldiers, war elephants, and the best-trained warriors in his empire. It should have been an easy Persian victory, but Alexander wasn't just a warrior, he was a tactical mastermind. Instead of fighting head-on, he created gaps in the Persian ranks, tricking Darius into overextending his forces. Then, in a single decisive moment, Alexander led a lightning-fast cavalry charge straight at Darius. Once again, the Persian king fled the battlefield, and his empire crumbled. With Persia under his control, Alexander pushed further, entering India, where he faced King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes River. This time, it wasn't just men he had to fight. Porus brought war elephants into battle, massive creatures trained to crush soldiers underfoot. The battle was brutal, but Alexander's strategy held strong. After a long, bloody fight, he defeated Porus. But instead of killing him, Alexander was so impressed that he made him an ally. His men, however, were exhausted. They had marched over 10,000 miles, fought countless battles, and reached the edge of the known world. When they refused to go further, Alexander had no choice but to turn back. But his return journey was just as deadly. As they crossed the Gedrosian desert, thousands of his soldiers died from heat and starvation. Back in Babylon, at the height of his power, Alexander suddenly fell ill. Fever took hold, and within days, the greatest conqueror in history was dead. He was only 32 years old. His empire stretched across 3 continents, but without him, it soon crumbled. And his body? It mysteriously vanished. To this day, no one knows where Alexander the Great is buried. What if Alexander had lived longer? Would he have conquered Rome too? Do you think another leader like Alexander could ever rise again? And most importantly, where is his lost tomb? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an epic story. See you in the next video.